Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the C9FanCast Season 2 Episode 5, sponsored by Pornhub and Chevy. Guys, it's just a joke, and if people get super sensitive about that, we can go fuck yourself. But how are you guys doing today?
I'm angry.
Angry? I'm nice, dude. After seeing the Reginald and Vulcan drama, dude, it was hilarious, man. But
to be fair, Jack was in that too.
Hey, to be fair, hey, I stand by Jack. To say I'm not gonna watch a whole team full of Koreans, that is actually racist. I don't care what no one says. That
is racist.
That is actually racist.
Yeah.
And then
you say that,
and then like people on the Reddit got mad at him. Like, no, hold on, wait. It's like going outside and saying I'm not gonna go to the store because those black guys are in the store. That's racist. Are we that disillusioned from society where people can't tell what actual racism? I know racism is like a cop-out for some people generally in like politics, but no, what that guy said on like the C9 Reddit was actually racist, and I'm glad Jack called it out.
I'm gonna translate. I think that what they're trying to say is they want to watch a region with American-only players.
That's racist, dude. That's
Canadians.
And Canadians.
Well, that's what they're trying to say.
Remember, Canadians are part of North America.
Yeah.
Hey, but,
I'm including that. I'm saying all the America continent, you know? Like,
well, hey, the interesting thing was, Dom was talking about, he said basically the top 5 teams are all imports anyway, and you guys watch them either way, so.
Well,
he said, would it change?
Vulcan is French-Canadian. Let the record show that he is a North American talent.
No, but I'm saying, like, think about the top 5 teams together only have 3 non-import players, I think, or some shit. We're really watching, like, all 5 teams, the best teams, all imports already.
All right, so let's talk about it since you guys want to dive into it already. I was going to lead right into it. Just like when you're about to have sex with a girl, you kind of just lead right into it. You kind of get things set up. You guys want to just go straight for it, raw dog and shit.
You got to marinate it a little.
Marinate it? What the fuck? You having sex with a sandwich?
You got to saute it.
Wait, I think I'm missing something. Why is Dignitas tying second?
We'll talk about it. We will definitely discuss it. We'll definitely discuss
I need to be informed here. What's going on?
Okay. Do you remember like the celestial alignment that happened like a couple months back? That's causing some disturbance in like the chakras.
Yeah.
Listen, I bet you not even Dignitas knows what's going on anymore. Like, wait, how are we so high up in the rankings? They're probably confused as fuck too.
You know what I told you before the show started? Luck is a hell of a thing. You can't control it. Dude, literally, I could go outside right now, backflip butt naked off a bridge, get superpowers, and I wouldn't know what the fuck happened. But, as you guys already know, starting from this past weekend, there was this big drama situation that happened on Twitter. We had a bunch of pussy, cuck, loser, sensitive bitches on Reddit and Twitter complaining about the import rule. And I have told you guys in my videos, I am pro-removing it. I have arguments for days. I am pro-removing the rule. Now, I know there's people that's not pro-removing the rule, which is fine. It's nice to have the other side. I don't want you guys just randomly playing devil's advocate because you don't, because there's not another side. No, if you are pro-keeping it, be pro-keeping it. I am pro-removing it because also, I was very much in agree with I Will Dominate, and I was saying this in my previous episode of the C9FanCast last week. A lot of people don't understand. The region got better with one import coming in, and his name was Bjergsen. An import came over and made everybody so much better. When Bjergsen came over in the LCS 2014 Spring Split, he literally solo killed every single mid laner one time, but him just coming over elevated the region. And it wasn't just Bjergsen. We had Lustboy, who was also really good. And now if you transition over to multiple splits, multiple years, Someday, Jensen, Impact, Core JJ, Closer, FBI, these are like a lot of fan favorite players that a lot of people actually like. And people have to understand this. Looking at how much the imports have made the region better, the whole argument stems from, well, we've also had bad imports too. You know what? There's good and bad people. What the fuck do you want me to tell you? Do you live life? Do you go outside and actually see the sunlight? There's good and bad imports. That's going to happen no matter what. And it also just depends on which import you're actually bringing in. And also, one of the most dumbest arguments I heard of were like, oh my god, we're gonna lose our connection to the players. The same players who tried to vote for the Spring Split last year to be canceled. Those players? You're connected to those guys? Because they sure don't want to be connected to your ass. I'm just saying. Well,
here's the thing. maybe we want to lift the import rule, but I'm arguing for wait a couple more years because we just now started the whole let's give rookies a shot, right? We just started that. And we're starting to see some results, some good, some bad, but we are starting to see some results.
I agree with that.
It's just like if you do that, you're gonna undo all the work that we just did because no team is actually gonna use North American talent if we lift this. No one's gonna use it. Why? Why would you do it? Just take Chinese or Korean players. Just do it.
The problem I think with that argument is, well, think about it like this, man. Outside of Vulcan, name one top NA player people actually watch. Like if you talk about Licorice has been okay this split.
Tactical. People like Tactical, Demonte.
Tactical, yeah, Demonte.
Blabber.
I'm saying like
Blabber. Blabber's the best jungler. Blabber's arguably the best player in the region.
Okay, but think about this. Out of like the top 20 players, like only like 3 or 4 players are non-imports that actually people are watching.
See, and that's what I agree with too. It's like people don't understand this. Most of all the best teams in the league, Cloud9, Team Liquid, TSM, now you can kind of start counting 100 Thieves in that because they're starting to get a lot more popular in the league. People actually like them. Like, am I mistaken here? People don't watch the dig game.
I agree with you to a certain extent, but I also feel like the imports being top heavy in the league is a result of the fact that, like we said, we haven't had any new North American talent being funneled into these teams for fucking years now. So because of that, the best players, of course, are going to be the inputs because that's the only new talent that's really coming into the league.
Other teams had North American players too. They just failed with them.
Yeah, they failed with them because the organizations were shitty.
Like, anybody remember Conquan and Slushy as players? Those guys suck. I don't want to see any more games from those guys.
Yeah, but what teams did they play on?
They played on Team Liquid, FlyQuest back in the day. Conquan used to play on a bunch of different teams, actually.
FlyQuest and TL were pretty bad until the...
No, but what I'm saying is, like, we've had bad NA players, too. I don't just want to... I don't want a token NA player just there just because he's an NA. Like, I believe... And people always say, it was on Twitter, that you wanted a higher level of gameplay. Yes, imports have brought the higher level of gameplay.
Yeah, they have, but you're also pretending like in Korea, they don't have shitters who come into the league every single year as well. They have that too. We just don't hear about it because we don't live there. Or it's not it's not just as prevalent in our minds because we don't fucking live there and that's not our native region. I'm sure in China, they have 1 million fucking new faces every year that get cycled through until they find somebody who's good.
But we don't have those millions of players, man. You have to remember, we're the smallest major region by far.
Yeah,
like, we only have so many people to cycle through, so it's like, who the hell's left, bro?
Well, yeah, but we're starting to see that kind of change. We're starting to see a lot of new faces on these teams during just this split that's starting, and we're starting to see some results, like Revenge. Revenge is looking pretty goddamn good. Well, but guess what? If the import rule happened, we probably would have never. If the import rule was lifted, we would have never seen him.
I can't say things like that. I'm not in positions like that to say what people will do in the future and what they will do right now. All I'm trying to bring up is, I think even if you lifted the rule, there's a good chance you would still be able to have NA players too, because teams implode, teams have issues during splits. You know, Tactical got to play when TL started having issues, you know, last spring. So I think it wouldn't be bad to lift it because people have to factor in having an NA player would also be a cheap salary too. You know, FlyQuest did take a bunch of NA players too. And to be fair, the best teams in the league not only do have imports, their matches are the highest viewed. TSM, Team Liquid, Cloud, 900 Thieves. Do people watch Dig in IMT?
No.
Golden Guardians with NA players right now are the worst team in the league with NA players.
So I only watch NA to see how Clown Fiesta they are, so I only watch this team.
Now, I get that Golden Guardians players are different. They have to develop, and also with Revenge. But Dignitas, how long are Dig gonna be like second place, or they're tied for second place, right? Something like that.
We'll have to see. We said this about, what was it? Clutch Gaming. What was it? 2 years ago? Yeah, they were.
They had an import. They had Lira.
They had what? An import?
One. They had one.
Yeah, they had one. That's not really fair to say. They are an import team with one import.
Mm.
It's like that's like saying a Chinese team with one Korean team is a Korean team.
Well, hey, but the thing is, we're not gonna lose the top NA because Blabber and Vulcan are still gonna be in the league no matter what.
Right, but I'm worried with if you just lift all import restrictions, you won't see players like that anymore because it'll be better for the top teams to invest in more proven, more easier to develop foreign talent.
Well, this is how I see it, though.
Like, think about how long Cloud9 had to work on Blabber. It's been years they worked on Blabber, going from a very coin flippy average jungler to an above average jungler to either the best jungler in the league or the worst jungler in the league last year to somebody who looks like he just might be just the best player in the league this year. They had to work on him for so long before he's got to this point. And I don't think a lot of teams are going to fucking deal with that if they could just import an entire team in the future.
Or Can I ask you something, though?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. Is
ever going to win that
strategy? We are going to lose the NA talent, right? But think about it. Are we really going to lose viewership? Are we going to lose anything else other than some NA talent? Our roster is going to be a lot cheaper since there's no import rule. And then salaries don't be overinflated either. So honestly, the downsides and upsides, there's more upsides than on one downside, I think.
Well, hold on. It is going to cost a lot more because you're still going to have to pay players a premium to come move over here from their fucking from their other countries. There's also
you think a Chinese rookie or Korean rookie are going to take the max deal, bro? They're going to take a decent size. They're not going to take big bucks.
It depends. It depends how talented they are and how many other teams are looking at them. You got to remember that there's other orgs in other regions, because if you lift this for North America, I'm pretty sure you have to lift it for every other region, don't you?
It depends.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know, because Europe. I don't think Europe and China and Korea are gonna lift it because they already have a lot of ingrown talent. Like they probably aren't gonna.
Yeah, but here's the thing: even with EU having better native talent, they still get shit on by China and Korea.
Well, you have to think about like this. EU and China are the money region. NA and China have the most money by far, and Korea and EU are somewhere tied, somewhere down there. So I think China and NA were just buying like damn near everyone else.
Because the whole thing with imports is that even the teams that sometimes win worlds have imports on them too. IG had imports.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two best players.
FPX had Gimgoon. Nobody, dude, I didn't even know Gimgoon was an import. I was like, who the fuck?
And Doingby was.
But the thing is, those players have always been in their regions. They've been in their regions respectively the whole time.
And even Doingby has provided a higher level of game. I'm just saying that
Doingby's basically only played in China. He has never played in Korea. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
even
though it's an import,
but the issue here is that the imports in general bring a higher level of gameplay, and that's all I care about. I don't care if I see an NA player that's just out here just being like, dude, sorry. Does anybody in here miss Golden Go playing? Be honest with me. There, I can already take your silence as no.
No response.
I'll counter with this. What's up?
Does any one of you guys miss Apollo playing?
Would you miss
Not
Blabber
really.
playing? I'll counter with this. Would you miss Blabber playing?
No, because he was actually good. We can actually see him playing good. Do you guys miss Ryoma?
Hell no. You can keep
You said you wouldn't miss Blabber because he's good. Wait, what?
No. I wouldn't miss Blabber if he was on a different team because he's actually a good player. Like from watching a bunch of league games over the years, you can just tell who's a good player. You know, I don't just want a NA player just to be there, and he's gonna get kicked anyway at the end of the year if he's bad. Like they literally just put Ryoma in the academy. Ika's gone. Other examples: Golden Glue's not playing anymore. Ablaze, or just two new NA players we have right now: Ablaze, Olive, and Diamond. Those guys kind of suck. Let's be honest here. They're not good. Like Demonte's good. We all like Demonte. We like Pole Belter. They're good players. We can clearly see in the game that they're good players. But Ablaze, Olive, and Diamond. And Palafox.
I feel like 8 out of 10 NA rookies are trash. Like, you only get 2 good players for every 8.
Well, yeah. Hold on. That's just the way rookies in sports work, dude. That's just all right. This actually grinds my gears more than anything else with fucking people who watch esports in relation to rookies who don't watch traditional sports, because they have this fucking concept, right, that every single rookie who's hyped up should at least be on some certain level of talent and performance, when that's just not the way it tracks for literally any sport fucking ever. The NFL draft, at the end of the first year of the people taken in, let's say, this year's draft, probably 4 or 5 of them will be starting on a team by the next season. That's just the way it is. In baseball, you've most of the players taken in the first round of the draft, maybe fucking 7 or 8 of them will ever see a major league field. That's just the way it fucking is in every sport. Yes, you have to cycle through a lot of young players to find good ones. That's just the fucking way it works. And so people, sorry, that just fucking grinds my gears more than anything else.
I think it's, I came late. Sorry, guys. I think it's also it's what Draymond. I think Draymond Green brought up a good point, and it's relatable here in order to what we're talking about. Like, so I think it's a combination of, one, we don't have a lot of people playing. Like, League of Legends is huge. Like, they just have more servers on the other continents than they have here. That's one. That's one problem right there. Two, those kids that are playing League, like, are what, 12, 13, and then they're finding them. So like their farm system. Oh, let me keep going. Then I get to the rookie part, right? So the thing is, Draymond Green brought up a point where it's like, if some person is recruited to a garbage org, they're never gonna develop. But if they go to a proper organization, they're gonna prosper. Now think about if a guy like Dardoch, right, didn't go to, say, let's pick anybody. Let's pick, I don't know,
Team Liquid.
Darshan. Let's say Darshan went to C9 originally. I'm sure the culture there. Well, not Darshan. I'm trying to think. Let's use Dardoch, right? Dardoch went to Team Liquid. Now Team Liquid didn't really. Team Liquid was like a 4th place team, but they didn't really have like a stern, like a better culture than it is now. Like, they were always a 4th place team, but now people want to go there because Steve like really went in deep. So took some things from C9, developed their culture. Now when you when you have organizations that have like the same, like, I don't know, a good, you can develop the players through the academy, but nobody wants to play for Dignitas, really. Nobody wants to play for IMT. Like, there's people on there, but like, I don't want to play for IMT if I'm a young player. I don't. I want my name to be out there. I want to be recognized. I want to develop. I want to learn from Bjergsen. That's good to me. Like, I could talk to Bjergsen and like, let's say I'm a young ADC and like, hey Bjergsen, can I get Double Lift's number? Maybe he might blow me off, but if I keep on pressing and he sees that I'm committed, I got connections to talk to one of the best ADCs. You got to think about it in that aspect too.
It's also, you just brought up Dardoch. If he went to a better team, like, a lot of his problems might have been fixed if he went to, let's say, Cloud9 when they had Reapered. Say what you want about Reapered, but he would have been able to instill some respect to Darshan, I think, because it's like, hey, this is a highly respected coach. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. It's not like, no disrespect to Loco Doko, but like, he's not a highly respected Korean coach. So it's much easier for him to blow him off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but can I ask you about the talent point? It's like, the talent point would work if this was a different region, but like, our talent is generally worse just because of our solo queue environment and our lack of a player base.
And that's what I wanted to bring up too. That's what I wanted to bring up too.
Half the size of the other regions.
And it's like, that's what I wanted to bring up too, is like, we have disadvantages, and the issue here is that if we don't ever like capitalize on those disadvantages, we're not like the other regions though. We're just not. And I think people that are more newer to the game have to understand this. We are not the same like LEC, LPL, and LCK. We are just not. We have to try and do other things to stand out. And the other thing I want to bring up was the viewership angle, because that was really, really big. So here's what I'll say. if you've been watching this game as long as I have, I've been watching since 2015. If you quit because a rule gets taken off, you never cared about LCS anyway. That just sounds like some pussy argument a random dude wants to bring up because he's trying to seem relevant. If you have been watching a team or watching the LCS for about 5+ years, 4+ years, just leaving because a rule is taken off, you never cared, and that also shows how much you didn't care about LCS succeeding, you know. But I don't think the viewership would drastically decrease. I mean, C9, TSM, Team Liquid, 100 Thieves games are all highly viewed. You go and watch the LCS VODs on YouTube; they're still highly viewed.
I'll be honest. Most people don't even care where the players are from. They probably don't even know.
They don't,
and that's my thing too. That's what I'm glad you brought that up. I don't care if a dude is from. I'll use Perks. Where is he from? Croatia? I don't care where Perks is from. Like, if there was a team full of African Americans, would you care if they were from Africa and if they actually were winning titles, going to MSI, winning titles there? Like, who cares where someone's from?
They're winning.
Well, everyone loves
I
the
want to see them
import
play.
players.
I think it's. I think, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the only thing that would kind of suck is if we get a lot of let's say Chinese players or Korean players who don't speak English. That kind of would hurt like the streaming scene.
That would.
For
Yeah.
NA players, that
trash
is something
talk.
because
Bro, that trash talk would be
Trash talk will
fire.
go down the
Bro,
drain.
their trash talk
Yeah.
was so trash in the LPL. Oh my god, the LCK's trash talk
And
is
Korea,
fire.
the Korean, they're complimenting each other. It's not even trash talk.
Oh yeah, I like
It's like,
the way
oh, yeah,
that
I have a KP
like-
of this. Like,
I like-
that's a really cool KP, but I have a KP of this.
he's
It's
like, I remember one down 1-1 is like someone was insulting Khan. He's like, yeah, I love the way Khan Orin horns into the wall. What the fuck, weirdo? Fuck, motherfucker, what?
the best trash talk was when Darmon was trying to throw Nuggery into the water. Like, that was like the only good LCK trash talk.
I just-
I've ever
dude,
seen.
no,
I just don't
The
think
L-
the viewership
the LPL
would go down personally. I don't think so. I think it would
I
just
will-
be the same, if not bigger. Because I think viewership has declined because NA doesn't do well internationally.
It has viewership declined in NA.
I think it's just the same, honestly.
It's stagnated.
It's stagnant. I think it's just
okay.
stagnant, just the same. Tomato, I guess. But it's like,
And-
you know.
LCK and LPL viewership is up a lot this year.
You know, and LEC is up like 100K too.
Yeah,
this
because
year.
they actually do well internationally. I don't think it has nothing to do with imports or teams
International
here.
team.
Well,
Rising.
well, here's another thing too. When you look at like the Chinese teams, have you ever seen like one of like WE's arena? Looks like something out of like Carnegie Hall. Like the
Yeah, they
LC,
have a lot of money.
like the LEC and the LCS. They have like it's like you go into like a high school theater and then you go to WE's like whole arena and you're like, am I going to a basketball game? It's so huge. You can have like 300 people or 200 people. Of course, they really care about their sport, about their team, and that also encourages more people to play because like, man, I'm going to be playing for WE, RNG, FPX, you know, IG. Like these organizations have these huge ass places. You go to like TSM. Okay, TSM has a facility, right? But they don't have an arena. Like you would think the LCS was like, we're in California. Why don't we start building a bigger studio so that we can have more people to fill up our seats?
Hey.
I've done it right HQ, isn't it?
I have been to that studio, and since it's kind of small, it's actually bigger now. If you go inside, it's actually bigger than what it's shown outside. I get to sit next to a hot girl with seatings being kind of close. So don't take it away from me, Warren. I get to sit next to hot ladies when I go.
If we need the LPL viewership and money, we'll just take that shit right now.
But you see my point, right?
No,
like,
yeah,
why am I? Yeah, like the thing is like I'm gonna go to a like they can like how many? First of all, like how many people can hold in an LCS? Because I don't know. It looks small.
Roughly about 100, from what I remember. It's pretty
I
small.
thought it's like 200 now.
It's around 100 to like 200 people generally.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's not huge, but it's like, you know, I want a bigger studio because when I go to the studio, you know, they have all the big NA accomplishments from the teams that have won domestically. Bro, it's getting enclosed in that motherfucker. Like the banners, we nobody can even see Cloud9's original banners that they won way back then. You can't because the building's too small. I think when COVID's over, they need to like expand the building because going there and seeing like Cloud9's banner getting hidden because the building is just smaller, that's kind of an eyesore. Dude, they had to
Wasn't
remove.
expecting League to last so long.
Oh God.
Dude,
Put it in this perspective, right? The Cleveland Browns was terrible for years, but their fan base was huge. Their stadiums was like packed
yeah,
out.
the COG fan base.
Like think about that. Like that pays. Like think about that. Like
I mean, hold on.
if you have more people watching playing your game, you're gonna get more people interested to play.
How
the
do they
game.
get a fan base if they just suck though?
Well, to be fair,
I'm about to bring this up.
team.
I fucking live in Ohio, right?
okay.
So I kind of understand this more. The football culture in Ohio is way different than in a lot of other places. High school football is a big event for a lot of places in Ohio.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, yes, football is like it's part of the culture here. So a professional team, no matter how bad they're doing for how long, is still going to retain a sizable fan base. The fucking city I live in, Cincinnati Bengals, have been an embarrassment for fucking years, but it doesn't matter. People still fucking want them to succeed and will still watch.
Dude,
It
it's the
does
same thing
not
in Wisconsin.
matter.
What
Like
happened?
in Wisconsin, dude, during the week, if there's a Packers game happening, like in the PA system during high school, they used to make announcements, and the teachers would just talk about the Packers for the first 30 minutes of class.
Dude.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's the same thing. It's like that, and Ohio's a lot like Texas
Mhm.
in that respect. Ohio, Texas, and I think California and Florida are the biggest football recruiting states in the United States for a reason.
Here, I'll say this: if CLG had their own stadium, there were probably like 5 people in that stand. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
That'd be the worst investment possible, and that person should never give out money advice. But I wanted to tackle some of I Will Dominate's tweets. This one came out on February 23rd, just about yesterday. It's funny seeing all the takes of I won't watch LCS if the import rule gets removed, while the most viewed teams are all the ones with the most imports. I don't want the import rule removed personally, but I don't have a disillusion that the LCS would die if it was removed. Then he was replying to someone, it was called I Am Jerem, and I think they had to sort of like...
Oh, yes,
like,
I Am
argument.
Jerem.
Yeah.
That's like YouTuber, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the guy that blocked me.
So I'm gonna finish. One second.
Sorry.
So he says. So I read a part of it, but one part got removed. It was probably deleted by him. He says, "Well, I Will Dominate replied to him, and he says, every time I see your name, you mischaracterize my arguments and strawman. You're such a weird fucking person." Okay.
It's weird though. I'll give it.
Jerem's a nice guy. I like Jerem.
Again, that's the same guy that blocked me and couldn't answer. So I'm glad. So I'm glad that someone like I Will Dominate is like, you're a fucking idiot too. Okay, I feel better now. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Nightwing. I don't feel too.
I'm going to hell after this, but it's fine. I'm just kidding, guys.
But like the thing about the import rule, like, you know what's the ironic part is that even if it gets lifted, it's not like Korea's gonna like, or China's be like, hey, I want to take, like they might take maybe Caps, maybe a Wonder, but they're not taking that many people from either the EU or LCS. It's like if we had to combine the best players currently, it'd probably be about, I'm gonna say 7 people that LPL or or LCK would take combined, and I mean combined.
Yeah,
That's still it's still ironic. It's like it's like the import was only benefiting those regions.
Imagine IG and they take someone like who was their the bot lane? Take LWX and TN for IG. They're probably the best team. Like just I personally think for at least the LCS, there's also no guarantee the players will come over either. Because remember, Cap said he wasn't going to come over to NA because the lack of success.
He wanted to win a championship.
So even if you remove the rule, there's no 100% guarantee these players come over.
Right, like Alfari took a pay cut on Origin to be with Upset and Xerxes and all them because he thought he had a chance better to get at Worlds and get farther. Like
Little
some
did
people
he know.
have done that. Yeah, well.
You know what I'm hoping for is that, you know how they're saying that some Chinese teams actually want to buy NA teams? I'm hoping CLG gets the fuck out of here as soon as possible. Like, if an LPL team buys CLG, I don't give a fuck if they go. Like, we need some of them to go. Is what I'm saying.
Personally, I would love if they expanded more teams like LPL. LPL has 16 teams. Why not just add
So,
like
someone added, but what evidence do you have that nothing will change if the rule was removed? I personally don't want the rule gone either, but I think it's safe to say viewership is threatened by this change, but I do understand what you're saying. I will dominate replies. The owners care about viewership than anyone else, and it's a franchise league as opposed to in 2014 where anyone could qualify into LCS. Sure, maybe some teams would go the route of 5 random imports, but those teams are not the ones with stable brands and winning players. That's also true.
Yep. Listen, I'm probably going to be eventually on the side of just remove it, because here's the actual truth. Here's the
facts.
Here's the facts. With the removal of the import rule, North America all of a sudden becomes probably one of the better regions because we have more money. We have more money.
We're winning worlds.
Yeah,
Wait, how does NA have money? That's my question.
Because we have
McDonald's.
We have McDonald's.
North America.
We have McDonald's.
North America.
Microsoft,
McDonald's.
money
I heard that every company that invests is like just losing money by investing.
You think Disney and Microsoft care?
Like, hey, here's the other thing. If North America becomes a better region, you will get more cross-region viewership.
That's true.
If more Chinese and Korean players come, we'll get more Korean and Chinese viewership too.
Yeah, it's in fact. This is probably a better move in the end. It's just personally, I just wanted to see this whole, this experiment with bringing more rookies go its course before we did something like this.
I think the thing, and this is not in regard to import. I wish that like EU and LPL and LCK, I wish that, because remember ESL used to host IEMs. I wish ESL did more like amateur leagues, where that would, then it's like, okay, I start in ESL, I work my way to Academy, then I work my way to LCS.
I like that.
But Riot, I'm not sure what Riot thinks. Like, for instance, like, yeah, the IEMs were
whack,
exhaustive, were whack. but I mean, sometimes you got SKT there and Fnatic and whatever, and they were good for like maybe 2-3 years, but then it started getting whack. But like, I had for instance, I had an idea where you have I thought, well, EU Masters gets watched. It's like maybe 20K or so, but again, that's where Caps comes from. That's where, not Caps, but that's where Humanoid comes from. That's where VTO, all these new players. Why not do that for NA? Why not build up these amateur leagues and then have an NA Masters over here? So what if you take the name? Just have something here where you're starting to farm players. The more you can get, the more you outsource and make people see the game and play it, or hey kid, you know what? I will give you I'll give you a $10,000 or come to, I don't know, University of Texas, and we'll pay your free ride. I don't understand. Some people aren't athletic.
At the same time, but do we have the players to fill in those roles though? Because I know the NA Challenger ladder is the smallest by far too.
Hey, you could put me in there. Hey, I could play a mean Yorick.
First of all, it boggles my mind that Riot makes so much money, but they can't make more servers to place around the region to allow the ping to be better, because players know see the biggest difference when they play on different ping. It's things like that.
NA is just so huge. Canada and the US are just so huge compared to every other.
Riot just doesn't care about NA because they're owned by Tencent now. It's all China.
No, but I'm saying, think about NA. One state is as big as Germany.
Holy shit!
You have to think about NA is the size of Europe easily.
California, California's
to Australia.
California's population is probably going to dwarf Australia's population, their biggest city probably. But I like the OC girls. They're hot as hell. just kidding.
Let's just say that we have a country as big as America. We only have 25 million, and yours is 350 million.
So,
My-
he said, yo, McDonald's currently looking for sponsors for my podcast. Have a bunch of future employees currently lined up as guests.
Is that you posted?
No, that's what
Post
I
that.
Will Dominate posted, and then the person had
Oh.
a fucking clown, the McDonald's clown. My heart is Mick breaking.
my final thing on that is that I don't have a problem with the import rule, but if this import rule can now, I hope if the import rule, my thing is okay, lift the ban, whatever, great. But now, if you're starting getting this influx of money because you're getting more viewers, you're getting more people, start now trying to do more for this region since you're now getting the money. Because before it's like, my pockets are dry. Now it's like, okay, your pockets aren't, your wallet's fat, your belly's big. Start spending the money. Start getting rid of your, like that's my thing. My thing is if they're gonna do this and they get the money, now start helping, like start hearing the players' needs, getting more servers, gaining amateur leagues, things like that. I don't have no problem, but if they just do this and then they're still focusing on China and Korea, then I have a problem because like, well, you got the money now, but you're not doing anything.
All
Can I
right.
ask you guys something? If let's say a 5 import team won MSI Worlds, would you guys be happy?
I honestly
Okay,
would.
Like, be honest.
Yeah.
I honestly would be happy.
wouldn't care.
I would be happy, but I wouldn't care where they're from. That's
Wait, what
good.
region? No, you just said 5 import. Do you mean NA or do you mean like any region?
Yeah, NA. Let's say an NA team finally won Worlds and MSI. Would you guys be happy?
Did no team show up to this
I'd
event?
be pissed. I don't feel like that's ever gonna happen. That's the thing.
That's just
It
never gonna
doesn't
happen.
feel
Hey,
plausible.
don't jinx us, bro. Don't jinx us.
I
Yeah.
personally
No,
don't care.
I'm just
We're gonna
saying
get
it literally
big
doesn't seem plausible.
I mean, because think about it, it's hypocritical for even LEC
You'd have
because.
to assume this 5 import team is beating all the rest of the teams at the tournament, and like
But here's
Listen,
my
we're getting real-
like
here's
now
my
it
thing.
Shy.
But here's my thing. Look at G2. If you really like, EU is one continent, right? I get it, but those people are from different countries.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not like it's the Splice team that was all all Swedish or Danish. It's like Perks is from Croatia, Wonders from Denmark, Caps is from I don't know Denmark, Yankos is from Poland. Like these people are from different countries. It's not like they're from like one state. So I find it funny. It's like EU pride. It's not like they're saying, hey, it's the French team that won, or it's the England the England team England won. Like you realize that you guys are from a different
country,
right? Like
yeah,
like, you realize that. But then they're like, oh, you're just being an NA hater. No, I'm spitting facts. But okay,
facts. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Before we move on. We have the banger tweet of this week. I normally don't do the banger tweet of the week. I haven't did it since the other shows I used to do. The banger tweet of the week goes to Vulcan. If you want full import team, go buy a team in that region, XD. And then Reginald replies, ignorant tweet, if every LCS team left the LCS, you'll be out of a job, buddy, and probably be paid minimum. Bro!
wait, what?
Vulcan would absolutely find a job.
But, okay.
Like what?
I know people didn't like what Reginald said, but I will say this, and like I said on my show yesterday, if these players actually didn't play LCS, would these guys actually have jobs? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know anything about that.
look at the LMQ experiment, though.
Some of them, Vulcan would definitely have a job.
Probably at Starbucks as a barista. I'm just
No.
kidding.
Vulcan isn't actually a good player. Like, sure, he probably wouldn't be playing for G2, but like, all right, look at it this way.
He began on
this
Vice.
way. Was Niski the best mid laner in NA last year?
That's one point, yes.
Yeah, but by the end, by the time that people were evaluating his talent, was he?
No.
But like the thing is,
Bridging. No, he wasn't.
but
Here he is playing on a top LEC team.
But the thing is, like, it's been already tried. Look at the LMQ experiment; didn't really work, right? Like, where it's like it wasn't like all Chinese or all something, and
they
that.
did make it to Worlds.
But like, they didn't do. Did they? I mean, they didn't do that great. It's not like it hasn't been done before. That's why I'm kind of like my head scratching. Like, it's not like you
Also,
realize
to give you out the point, why are we assuming full import teams will be the only option? That's true. I mean, that's not the only option. It's just another option you now have. And remember, hey,
We still have Blabber.
didn't Clutch Gaming go 0-6 when most NA players in Group C like 2 years ago? I'm just saying that almost NA players and they all just got destroyed. I'm just saying, They might have had a hard group, but you kind of got destroyed in almost every single game. But hey, nevertheless, right?
I don't know. Again, I think
TSM had NA players, didn't they? And they just got clapped last year at Worlds. Like,
I mean, that was supernatural.
I think
they really tried to be that bad.
I don't know. I think something mentally broke down or something.
They played one game against Suning, and they're like, "Fuck, we're really not good, honestly." All right, let's go to the LCS 2021 Spring Split. We just concluded Week 3. Let me bring up the standings right now. So I hope you guys have all had a good.
I had a good weekend.
I had a great weekend.
You know what? Also, since Reginald put out that tweet to Vulcan, I find weird karma that Dignitas didn't beat TSM without imports. That's the best storyline of the LCS so far. But Cloud9 sitting at the top of the standings is 7-2. We have 3 teams tied for second place: 100 Thieves, Dig, and TSM at all 6-3. 2 teams at 5th place: EG, TL, IMT 7th place 4-5, FlyQuest 3-6 at 8th. Golden Guardian sitting at 2-7 at 9th place, and CLG at 1-8. CLG is the best worst team. We'll just say that.
Well, I told you last week.
We will see.
What happened? One at a time. What?
I
told you last.
See.
Go ahead, Rav.
I hate all of you guys.
I said we'll see if CLG is the best worst team. They're certainly the best at finding ways to lose. I'll say that.
It's entertaining when they somehow throw it. They're gonna throw it at one point.
All I'm gonna say is that I said last week. I said either you asked me my prediction, and I said either TSM goes 1-2 or they go 2-1, and they went 2-1. So I'm good. I'm good.
Now he's known as a TSM prediction prophet. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, and it's still weird. They beat they beat 2 of the better teams, but then they lose to. I don't know. I think personally, I think Dignitas is a bit gimmicky, not in a bad way, but they remind me of Rocket when they still were in EU LCS.
Oh my god, what a team!
When they played around Memento only, and he was like the way that they win the game.
Hiku, fucking Block, Prof. Oh my god, they were such horse shit.
Promise Q was on there too, wasn't it?
No. Promise Q was somewhere probably jacking off. He didn't deserve a team at the time.
But you get the premise that they were basically playing around their jungler. That's what I feel about Dignitas. They're basically playing around the Dardoch. Yeah,
it's working. Jungler is I'm pretty sure jungler is just the most important role on the Rift right now. And Dardoch's playing well.
It always returns to that situation.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Dardoch's never been a bad player. He's always just blown up somehow. He always finds a way to blow up.
Spontaneously just combusts as a player. Sometimes
Dardoch, ever since his rookie season, has never been a bad player.
He's not a bad player. I personally, I personally think he's been one of the more better mechanically, a really good mechanical NA jungler. He's been really good for a while. The issue here is he's never synergized with any teammates he's ever had, and he's always had issues. But on this team, it's working out for him. But how much is this like? I want to say luck. That sounds kind of mean, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't give a fuck. How much is this like? So in every single sports league, this happens. Like a bad team will beat a good team, but it won't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Like even if Dig 2-0 them, it won't mean shit. Are Dig really gonna win the split?
It will.
No.
I know people were like,
they're gonna end up 7.
People were like, Dignitas won, NA pride. Meanwhile, fucking no one watches Dig's games. You fucking hypocritical pieces of shit. Oh fuck. People that said Fake God and Sligo suck. Well, I said that too, but hey.
Who didn't say that?
What I find funny is that, like, okay, I would say I've been a TSM fan for going on 5 years now, right?
How are you alive?
And, yeah, but you know what? When they were 1-2, I'm like, oh, the team's gonna be doing, just take some time to gel. And like I'm gonna reference Ravioli. Everybody was like, dogging and Donkey and Fudge. Now, oh man, C9's great. Fudge is playing great. It's like these hypocrites need to get like a kick in their teeth. Like I don't get how you can't be a Renta fan. One day the cars. Like,
that's the title of the episode. You can't be a Renta fan. What?
you really can't. Like you can't. One day you're like, oh man, this ride's good, and then you get a garbage ride and like, I'm not driving this. Take it back.
No,
Dude.
hey, I've been consistent on the Fudge Shade. I still don't think he's playing that good. Like he's playing.
No,
he's
not. He's playing much better though.
to a certain
Well, you get
extent.
Much better than he was.
Yeah. But
you
this
get
year
my
is,
point, like-
yeah, like people are like, oh yeah, Dignitas NA Pride. Meanwhile, they're the highest viewed games are like Cloud9's game. Yo, why did Cloud9 pick Fudge? I don't like you guys, bro. Make up your mind. Like, let's be honest here. Outside of for Dig, the only thing that's really holding them together is Alphamu and Dark. I think Alphamu is also helping out a lot too. But I don't think they're gonna be at second. This has to be a joke record. Come on, like
They're gonna fall.
I must be,
fall.
dude. I must be getting kicked in the nutsack.
I'm gonna compare Dignitas to another one of my teams, the Chicago Bears.
Oh, good.
Last year. Yeah. They're a team that has a good record, but they really shouldn't, and I don't know what they're doing here. As soon as they get to playoffs, they're just gonna have so many problems in a best of series against other top teams that I just can't envision them actually like advancing far in a tournament.
Oh my god.
Well, my thing is, I also think TSM is gonna fall. I don't see them sticking.
I don't think so.
I think the opposite.
I don't think that.
I think the opposite.
I don't think so, man.
I think the
I can
opposite.
give you-
I think TSM are going to keep rising up. I think 100 Thieves are going to start sliding down.
I
think-
100 Thieves
I
has
don't
been
know.
surprisingly more. 100 Thieves has been like budget Fnatic from last year.
Budget Fnatic. Okay, we have standards here, right? Let's not compare.
Well, here's the thing. 100 Thieves has been really consistent in their play is a thing. And here's the thing, I haven't seen a game from them where I'm just like, oh wow, no, that's just fucking awful. Everything they're doing is just fucking awful. I
mean,
just think
this
some
week-
Are
players-
they the best early game team right now?
I mean, they did get bodied by TSM. Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
TSM is also playing out of their minds right now. I think TSM is around 3 or 4 because I don't think TL is gonna stay as far down as they are.
Oh no, I don't think so.
There's no way. And I
No,
don't
there's
think TSM's high is better than Cloud9's high either. So it's like, all right, they're not going to be better than those two teams.
I mean,
I can't trust Tooney. I can't trust Tooney.
I mean, this is something that I think we talked about for a lot of us is that TSM pretty much, if you discount Cloud9 and Team Liquid, you have to factor in who's TSM's biggest competition, EG and 100 Thieves. I think with the way TSM's playing right now, I think they could beat EG. They did, so you exclude them. And they beat 100 Thieves. So I would say they're probably.
But that was the first game. We have to.
They beat 100 Thieves in a best of 1. Let's calm down.
But they've beaten Team Liquid. They've beaten Team Liquid, EG, and 100 Thieves. They beat all the teams that are supposed to be competitors.
In best of 1s. Like,
but you have to remember, TL and EG was they kind of struggled this week. They're trying to find their identity.
Yeah, but if we want to go down that route, like they didn't beat them in a bet, like let's be real, the lock-in was a glorified scrim. Like I'm like let's calm down right there. Let's calm it down there.
Hold up. I just want to clarify. I don't mean we can't take anything from these best of 1 games.
Yeah.
I'm just saying is, they beat them in this one game and they have similar records. That means this team is better.
No.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
What I was saying was they've beaten every single team that's supposed to be either better or relative to their strength level. That's what I was trying to mention.
Sure.
Would you agree that TL is still trying to find their identity? They have too many good players. They're trying to figure out.
They need to find a good jungler.
What the hell?
They need to find a good jungler, but
No, they just need to play the bot. They're forcing this, like every game they're like trying to force through Alfari, and I've noticed that if you don't force through it, they win the game. Like when you put Alfari on like Kennen or Gnar or something, instead of trying to put him on, like you can put him on Camille on a, like I think he can play the counter matchup. The guy is like, I'm a big fan. I watch his solo queue whenever he does stream. He's mechanically like a god, I think. Like he could, I think he can 1v1 Naguri. I'm not even kidding. And that's how much I put my life insurance on it. That's
oh my
how
god!
much
Oh, whoa!
No.
Like that guy is really like he's really good.
Dude, how swollen is your dick for this man right now?
Like I like when I saw. Okay, the thing is, I saw him in. Like I've always been an Alfari fan. I saw him when he went to Worlds and he was competing, and then I'm gonna get to my point.
Mhm.
When he went to Worlds and competing with Misfits, the dude literally climbed solo queued within a week. I'm like, wait a minute, like you're telling me like he's beating like Soaz in there, like I forgot Smeb, like all these other teams, like Khan, like what? Excuse me, like what?
We're talking about Naguri here, man.
He's literally beating them in solo in KR solo queue, like hard dumpstering these people, like because I was watching Tracking the Pros. It's a good Twitch channel. But anyway, my point is that they're forcing top lane because they've had impact, not like okay, and I'm not gonna go back the impact route because I'm not gonna go back down.
Yo, do not talk shit about impacts. I will.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm not gonna go down the impact route. I'm just saying that they had impact for a while and they finally got a BMW, so like they don't know how to use the BMW right now.
Oh my god!
Okay, they don't.
Are we really gonna?
I'm kidding.
Right now.
I'm kidding.
Come on, hey, don't let me call impact on you.
I personally think but seriously, I personally think that they should play through either Jensen or tactical. Personally, that's what I'm not saying Alfari's bad, but they're forcing this top lane. I'm like, why you keep putting him on GP and Camille? Like, he's good. I put him on a counter matchup, fine, but like, stop forcing the issue. Like, pull that out for like MSI or something, dude. Stop forcing it right now.
I think they're testing they're just testing a lot of different shit. I think right now is what they all know they're making it playoff.
We're going back to that meme.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I think they're trying to see what strategy works.
All right, that sounds like a cop. That sounds like a dude who can't get a girl and then puts all his problems on his mother. Fuck no, the dude probably just stinks. Or didn't get no chicks.
No. There is such a thing as testing shit out, but like, I don't think that's what TL's doing.
I think they're just losing.
I think they're just drafting poorly. I think they're just fucking drafting poorly. Sort of like how Cloud9 threw their game against what was it, TSM?
TL?
TL. Oh yeah, they threw their game against TL straight out the fucking window with their draft.
Well, might as well talk about...
they didn't just fucking they didn't just throw it out the window. Like they went to the window, did a full MLB pitcher windup, and threw it at 95 miles an hour out the window and hit an oncoming car.
It's like going outside. It's like going outside and licking the concrete, and then thinking to yourself, "Fuck, am I actually a crackhead?" But nevertheless, since we're already on Cloud9, I've been saying this for like weeks. Some of the early games are really suspect from them. It's like
a
lot of the fans will go, "Oh my god, Perks, suck my ball sack, bro." Fucking the games aren't clean to a certain extent. Like against Dig, that's probably the cleanest game they played all split long.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the games just don't look. It's like, I don't know if they're thriving in that, or that's just the preferred playstyle, or they're just losing some early games.
I think Perks
I think they lucked out some games.
I think this is Perks' bad. This is part of Perks' bad influence on the team.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god! Dude, you remember last year when people were like, "Oh my god, Sven can't play Caitlyn, bro. He's a pro player. He can play anything. It's not a champion issue."
Yeah.
If a pro player can't play Caitlyn, you shouldn't be a pro.
Yeah, no cap. You can't play Caitlyn, you shouldn't be a pro. Stop it. But I do think that draft sort of told me that Cloud9 is trying just to try shit, because you can't, dude. You do not take.
But you
that
just
draft.
said that's a cap on limited.
Hold on. Let me explain. There's doing that with like slightly weird drafts, right? Where it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. Yo, did you fucking see that shit? They fucking like, what was it? Lucian mid. What was it? Lulu top. Like,
they call it what is it?
I call it the support the black guy composition.
Okay, so like, to be fair, this is just reference. I mean, we did see like Nuguri play like Lulu top and Lucian mid is not like, it's like Lucian mid is still a strong pick.
Lucian mid has a fucking 12% win rate. Do not come at me with that shit.
It's still a strong.
Lucian mid. Its win rate is 12%.
In LCS.
Worldwide.
No, worldwide.
Worldwide, the whole world. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, in all professional leagues, it is terrible. I don't know why people do it. You have to be dumpstering your lane by level 4 for Lucian mid.
But he was
be
winning
worth
though. He was winning his
Not
lane.
hard, yeah, but not hard enough. So the pick just lost.
I mean,
Actually, even Chovy literally can't even carry on that champion mid.
Chovy
Dude,
can't do it.
dude,
Chovy's the
so
god.
bad. God,
I mean, he's been picking it a couple times, but every game's been a dumpster fire. Like,
Chovy-
he can't do it.
Dude, my thing is, I don't understand why Cloud9 won't just, if they want to win these games, why not just draft an Azir comp? I just don't understand it. Dude, it just boggles my mind why more teams don't have Azir in higher priority. Because that champion is so fucking good.
Did you guys see the Pix episode where he talked about why they're doing certain things?
Dude,
he was on Dom's thing?
yeah. You're talking about the recent Kraken episode. So there was a part I had to just skip because Thorin said Licorice was running it down. I was like, all right, you just don't watch the games. How about delete that part? The rest of the episode,
delete it.
Just delete. What? Best top laner in the league for 2 years. Yeah, he's been running it down in playoffs. Dude, I'm not going on that road. But overall, I liked it. The issue here is I think now at this point it's Perk's first team in a very long time that's new. It's his only second org he's played with outside of G2. So if he's just trying out new stuff and the whole team is on board just trying stuff out, but that can't be a cop out all the time. You know what I mean?
You can't. You said Team Liquid's capping if they say that.
But you do have to you could try stuff out, but the point of to try things out is to win. You don't just try stuff out to lose.
Right. I would also like to clarify. I was saying that for one game for Cloud9, because Cloud9 has only fucking lost. Wait, what? 2 games?
Two games.
Yeah, 2 games. Well, TL has lost 4?
Double.
Yeah. So one team is clearly still performing much better than the other. So it's a little excusable to say, all right, for this one game, yeah, they were trying a Lucian comp, and it didn't work out.
Let's be honest here. C9 did get some lucky wins, man. Like, some of those games they should have lost.
That 100 Thieves game was super suspect. That was like...
It was.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
They were coming back in the game, and then it was Fudge and Blabber saved them from the loss.
Yep.
Ooh, I don't think they would have lost to CLG, but to be fair, like, Wild Turtle is just straight up just running it down into the fucking base, and his Aatrox is behind him as a tank.
Yep.
CLG, okay, just... I don't know. My explosion.
Maybe it's cocaine. I don't know.
God.
He's making 700K, so I'm not blaming him.
All right, let's talk about 100 Thieves is kind of basic. Let's go with Team Liquid. So they beat Cloud9 in the match of the week. It was C9 versus Team Liquid. They won. Congrats to them.
Yep.
But I just don't think they're not that good right now. I don't know what they can really do to improve, honestly.
I feel like TL's always been a playoff team. Like, honestly, if you think about every year, they've always been more of a playoff team. They've had some suspect regular seasons before, but they always pull it back during playoffs.
I hope they do.
I think as an origin.
I mean,
that's just their
my thing is
fine.
they replaced their who's their I forgot who their jungler was last season too.
They replaced Broxah Impact.
Yeah, they've been cycling through. Well, you could say they've been cycling through junglers since Xmithy.
Yeah.
So and like they had Impact for so long. So I don't know if it's This is not a cop out. I don't know if it's just like them trying to figure out like them play with the players, their team identity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be a compilation of the draft too as well, because this team's too good to be where they're at right now. Like, I feel like they're gonna go on a winning streak. They're gonna or they could be the biggest letdown of the year. I don't know. Like, I just don't see like a guy like Tactical and Core JJ doing that. Like,
I don't see a universe where TL ends the season lower than top 3. I just
I
it
hope
doesn't
not.
make sense to me.
I
It doesn't
hope.
make sense to me.
The last team to talk about that's, I guess, relevant is Evil Geniuses. It's literally like, fuck. Where do you even start, dude?
I feel like
I'm about to get that. What's going on?
Did anyone else
good?
I would say, did anyone else see Jizuke go full monkey when in that fucking mid lane tower dive?
I mean, maybe
They
because
won't
it's
do
going
it.
bald. I don't know.
Dude, the best way to describe Jisuke, I think Dom put it best. He'll either carry the game or just throw it out the window.
I really want
That's
to.
what Jisuke is.
Every time I see him, I'm not gonna go there. But anyway,
Oh,
I was gonna say something, but like Jizuke, I don't know if he's like still thinks he's on Vitality, but sometimes I think he plays like a Bukaki. Like that's what I really want to call this dude. What are you doing, dude?
Italian style, dude, he does look like a motherfucker you'd see in some Italian porno. I'm not.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
like-
bro, that shit fire.
He's actually really young. Isn't he like only like 20 something? Like he looks like he's in his 30s,
He's like
bro.
25, isn't he?
He's like, they should make a blind horse meme every single time he just throws a game. Dude's running
Looks
around
like he's-
is actually blind.
He just got released out
At
of
least
His echo's pretty good. His echo's pretty good.
He's entertaining as hell to watch. is all
I
gotta
think
say.
if he was, because he's mechanically good, I think if he was just a stable mid laner, Evil Geniuses would be a whole lot better, because Impact's not playing bad, Svenskera's not playing
No.
bad, their bot lane's not
No.
that bad, actually. They just need
No,
a stable mid laner.
They should call up Golden Glue and see what he's doing.
And then you just sell your LCS spot at that point, then. I'm just kidding.
No,
All
but
right.
for real, they should probably look for a different option, because like Jizuke, he can win you some games, but he's not worth
They can get you Chovy, right? They can get Chovy.
Trophy import.
dude,
Okay,
Confirmed.
okay, I have a
how
question,
much
right?
money would you have to throw in Chovy's face to get him to come play
Like
on
10
your
million,
team?
bro.
I have
You'd have to convince his mom as well.
I have a question, right?
Yeah.
I want to see if you guys would cater. Do you think if you put Sneaky instead of Deathly, that's a better team?
Hell yeah, bro.
Bruh,
Definitely needs to.
yeah, probably.
Definitely
Aren't they
needs to get out there.
If Sneaky's as good as he was the last time he played in LCS, then yeah, probably.
Hmm.
It
So
just
like,
depends, like how
Honestly, definitely is too basic.
it's been what, a year and a half now since Sneaky's played in the LCS. It's not
Right.
really the same conversation anymore because he's been out of the game for this long now.
Mhm.
Right.
It's like, I want to say yes. I don't think
My
he's
body's
lost
telling me
much.
no. My mind wants to say yes, but your body's telling you no.
No, my fucking dick says yes, but my brain's telling me no.
All right, guys. Let's go on to the predictions for Week 4. Fridays kicks off the first game: C9 versus Golden Guardians. I already know.
But you didn't even have to mention that. That's already next.
The match of the week: Team Liquid versus TSM.
I'm going TSM. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
TSM. This is a rematch. This is the rematch.
Team
Actually,
Liquid wins.
TSM.
I like DL.
Evil Geniuses versus Fly. Okay, nope. CLG versus nope. IMT versus nope. Okay, Saturday.
IMT wins.
TL versus FlyQuest. Fuck. Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
tough one. That's a tough one.
I think TL
Wait,
2-0s this week.
If Jose Diodo pops off or like gets the going, maybe. But I want to say TL.
yeah, TL.
Evil Geniuses versus Cloud9. C9 should win this.
Ooh.
Yeah, C9.
I think this
should win.
All right. Who? It depends. All right. So if Jizuke is popping off, if Perks is popping off, is that stronger? Yes. If
Italian stallion,
Jizuke
bro.
is not popping, then it doesn't matter. But if Perks isn't popping off, is that still better than Jizuke popping off?
Listen, I'm going EG. Screw it. Let's do
I
it.
think
All right.
Jizuke popping off is more needed than Perks popping off.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Dig versus nope. Dig anybody. Nope. El Clasico. TSM versus CLG, baby.
Okay, we know who's winning that list.
That's
is-
not a classical, bro.
I believe that CLG
Wow.
can bring the salt and turn this
Bring
into a
the
40-minute
salt.
game that TSM wins.
Golden
Oh,
Guardians.
boy.
Nope. All right. Sunday. FlyQuest versus TSM.
I'm gonna go TSM. Definitely, I'm on
Why
TSM.
Quest?
They wanna
Wait.
they wanna win that game. I think it's gonna be.
Whoa.
Sadly, it's a 1-2 week for TSM.
Two match of the weeks, because the next game on Sunday, the second one is 100 Thieves versus Cloud9.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's gonna
Cloud
be
nine.
a spicy.
That's a
assault.
banger.
Cloud
that's a
9.
banger. It's a straight bar. That's what we call in Ohio, a barn burner.
And watch 100 Thieves lose in like 20 minutes. Bro, it's gonna be the shittiest match of the week probably for them.
Oh,
I think that's close. I think that's actually really close.
I actually had
yeah.
a question about. Go ahead, Raviel.
Yeah, I think 100 Thieves makes it a close game. Dude. I think 100 Thieves is for real. I think they are actually a good team. I think they're gonna be sticking around here by the time summer's over. I think.
And then you
so.
have
Yeah.
TL could go 3-0 this week because TL's last game for this week will be Team Liquid versus IMT, EG versus Golden Guardians, and CLG versus. All right, these last games are terrible. All right, okay, so
You guys got
started off early.
versus C9 though.
I wanted to mention like for this is a Golden Guardians thing. Do you think Niles is like? I'm just curious because I feel like Golden Guardians could be I'm not saying that they should be. I feel like they could be a little bit better. They should be like 7th. I feel like Niles is really like just doing his own thing and not like caring. Like I don't know. Is it me or does anyone else get that vibe?
I think Niles and Iconic. I would give them time to grow. I think the support is complete garbage. He just walks in, picks a champion, and loses, gets off the game. His newbie is just not good.
Like,
no, but he's the best player in the region. I already remember.
If he was the best player in that region must be deleted from this fucking League of Legends this scene because he literally loads in, picks Nautilus, walks in a lane, gets beat up, and just stops playing and takes like literally
stops playing.
He's literally it's like back in my prime when I was actually good at League, when I used to play ranked games. Some games I was so tilted I just loaded up just to lose. That's what I feel like he does. He loads up just to lose. Him and 6A, like they don't try anything. They're just bad. They're just trash.
No. I mean, imagine playing with 6A though.
And now I'm gonna 180 and say somebody fucking call Sneaky for fuck's sake, please.
Again on Golden Guardians, he has standards. Don't put him to that. Don't. Hey! I'm saying this is a team full of NA players.
I'm telling you that.
9th place here.
I'm telling you, if he went on, imagine now. Wouldn't it be wouldn't this be like the most biggest take? Like Sneaky comes back. I think he fits better on
EG.
EG,
yeah,
personally, because he's played with Svenskeren and Impact, so that could work. And then like he takes them to Worlds and Cloud9 doesn't go to Worlds. That would be the funniest thing ever.
That would be.
Or even better, switch out Ignar for Zazel. Put 4/5 of Cloud9 on Evil Genius. Oh shit, I miss Zazel, my cuddly man. All right, that's pretty much it. And we have one more piece of news, boys, before we head out of here this week, because I know you guys got a lot of girlfriends you got to get to, a lot of sex you guys got to be having. I understand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
God,
Yeah.
Blue. I know you have a lot of ladies just hiding right now.
Hiding.
Cameras.
Yeah, they're hiding in my basement. Whoops.
If you guys watch
Gary.
If you guys watch the LEC, Schalke No Fear could be forced to sell its LEC spot due to financial issues. So, did you guys hear about this?
Oh,
Yes, I saw it.
I did not hear this.
Team?
Yeah,
Aren't they a rich football team?
Not rich right now.
they're not rich, right? Like a lot of the
COVID, baby.
COVID's hurting a lot of professional teams, football teams, but even basketball teams, because there's nobody in the stands and they're losing money. So
Yeah.
that's why they're trying to get all these vaccines. Like I think the NBA just recently started doing family and friends at the games now.
Yeah, dude. I want people back in the like. Even watch it. Have you guys noticed that it's even hard to kind of watch some of the highlights and the VODs without a crowd?
I wanna watch League with audience reactions in the background.
Dude, imagine Jizuke in a professional game when he fucking suicided himself on Lucian 2 times. Imagine the crowd reaction to that. Going insane, dude.
Personally, though, with the Schalke thing, I would feel bad because that's a team
Crowd
that
adds to the atmosphere. I think it's really important actually for esports in general.
Yeah, I would feel bad if Schalke leave because they're actually competing really well.
They've been improving. Yeah, Schalke No Fear.
They invest money too.
Schalke No Fear may have to sell its LEC spot as a consequence of the current state of the organization's economic issues in the Bundesliga. What the words? Where the German team is in 18th with just 9 points after 22 games. Probably talking about football stats for them. Schalke is also dealing with the resignation of its former president. Same here in America. I'm just kidding, guys. Oh my god, who was involved in a health scandal?
Let's get political. Let's do it. I'm here for it.
Wait, I have a question. So,
don't we love it?
8th through 10th this year, they get relegated, right?
I have no clue. So
I hope they do, because they
Delegation.
need to get
the price of the franchise spot isn't the only expense generated by an esports organization, though. It's not a secret that most esports teams end every
I
year
don't know.
with losses due to the cost
Yeah.
of players, salaries, partnerships, and more. The Schalke management team has
Okay, wait,
already
hold up.
mentioned internally and among the
Doesn't
org
Riot-
staff. Yeah?
Doesn't Riot pay the salaries?
Fuck if I know. Riot.
No, I don't think so.
There's a
Riot's-
minimum wage that every players get paid by Riot.
I mean, Riot's
It's like
been.
40,000 or something.
But that's
a year.
minimum, though.
I mean,
It's
Riot.
minimum.
I don't know, man. Riot's been getting sued for sexually harassing women, so they probably should, probably stop doing
Yeah,
that.
but see, all the players. I'm not gonna
Wait,
say it, but
What's
Yes.
going on? Women?
Riot had another sexual allegation.
Yeah, Riot lost $10 million because employees in their workplace obviously got, in trouble for harassing women. They'd probably have more money if they probably controlled their employees, but nevertheless, the Schalke management team has already mentioned internally and among the org staff the possibility that this sale ends up happening out of sheer economic necessity in the short term. According to multiple close sources to Esports, this is not a definitive decision yet. However, and Schalke No Fear staff will try everything to avoid selling the spot. So
This is where CLG realizes
At least they're
company
transparent.
and they'll buy an EU spot instead.
Wait, who would buy the spot, though?
Mr.
It's
Beast,
CLG. They
Mr.
realize they can't
Beast.
win an A. Oh, Mr.
Dude.
Oh, true.
Mr.
Wait. What if Mr. Beast bails them out and as like rename the
And
team?
he makes a video about it. I bought a League of Legends team.
And then-
Yeah, because he
and
said
then,
he said he was planning to buy. No, he literally. I remember last year he put a tweet out saying, "Where would I buy a League of Legends team?"
It's just that-
And
He needs
no, he
to
was
buy
full
CLG.
serious about it. He's like, the logistics aren't there yet, but we're working on buying a League of Legends team.
I mean, if Schalke leaves, the only thing that I can think of that would come back and take their spot is UOL.
Beast Gaming.
Wait, how about SK? I heard SK.
Dude,
actually has
he's
money now.
gaming. No, wait, hold on. Can he buy CLG instead?
here's what. Here's what.
That's
No,
what I'm
I-
saying.
Well,
Wait,
fact.
doesn't
Well,
SK have a lot of money now?
SK. I don't know. Their team in League of Legends looks like a
SK is fine because they have their CS:GO team that always just pretty decent, and they
I mean,
have
isn't
other games
dude?
too.
SK Gaming is a fucking thrift store team. They don't count for shit, dude. Come on, let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, I mean they've been. I mean even Thorin stated that they've been a very cheap team at times, but like
You gotta be cheap,
I don't-
man.
How about we get FaZe Clan in this shit?
Dude, if we
I
had
mean,
FaZe Clan would be awesome, dude. I would love FaZe Clan, dude.
yeah, like just like how
Yeah,
Astralis
we
is working out. Okay, okay, 2-7
Listen, we get
Astralis.
FaZe
Okay,
and NRG in the LCS, well, it's Raps. We're winning.
NRG was in LCS, and look how that turned out. Thanks,
Bro,
no
they
thanks.
had ganked by mom, who's over here
Yeah,
legitimately
yeah.
running it down. Who's just actually running it down.
Personally, I don't understand, and no one can give me this answer. Maybe you guys can give me this answer. Why don't they just increase the teams to 16 teams like LPL does?
I don't think they have enough.
We don't have the
Not enough
talent.
players.
I think LEC could probably do 12 with their caliber, but LCS, I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay, so it depends also how it affects viewerships because we've already been through the fact that people don't watch the bottom teams, and that
Well,
could just
actually,
make that worse.
if we unlock the import rule, we can probably get more teams.
yeah.
Who watches them? Viewership. It's the viewership part of it.
Because if you look at China, well, outside of international viewership, their local viewership is enormous.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, they're
that's
getting
China.
millions per
And-
game.
And I think 60% of Koreans play League too, so. so
60% of Koreans play League of
Personally,
Legends.
I would if
It's a little bit lower than that, but yeah.
Dude, they should start a elderly league in Korea where they get people. You have to be above
Wait,
the age
have
of
you heard the
35
Korean
to play.
news? The Challenger League accepts players that are like at 12 years old.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're allowed to join an
in
academy
China
team
and
at 12
Korea,
and play.
they do that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. These kids are like
Korea,
already.
recent
These kids
stuff.
are like, yeah, that's why they're so good because they're playing like against 18-year-olds and they're 13, so they have more experience than someone that's in academy right now. No offense, it's not being rude. It's just the truth. It's like
I mean, it helps though when more than half the country plays the game.
Yeah.
true. That's very true.
Because it's accepted there to be able to do it because it's just legitimate. Like in NA, we accept esports, but not as much as them.
The government hates esports in Korea, though.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They keep
Why
putting all
though?
these
That's
like
like the whole
anti-gaming like camps and that. Like it's advertised incredibly on like TV and that.
Because
Like,
of,
Why though?
get your kids to go outside. Like,
because the problem is that I mean Blue brings up the point because like some kids get really addictive and they don't leave their screen and they're going almost like it's like 16 hours straight. They're not eating and they're just like have a porta potter underneath them and
Oh,
Oh,
no.
dude, hey, that's no different from me. Dude. I've been staring at a computer screen. I've been staring at a fucking computer screen for years, bro.
and that's my work, bro. That's his work where he just stares at a computer screen. I'm basically an addict to work, bro.
Dude, it's just like I don't know, man. Like
It's conditioning.
Schalke selling their spot. I hope they don't, because Schalke has been one of the more.
If they do, I hope it's a good brand.
Bring back
Well,
UL.
they're the only soccer team that's always been in. Like,
Well,
fully in
here's what I'll say. I would say bring back Unicorns of Love. They had a lot of fans.
Can Unicorns
of
afford
Love
it?
is winning in the CIS again.
Bring back
I
Gambit Gaming. Oh fucking hell! If they bring them back, what a flag! What a throwback!
The team still exists. They're just in a different region.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but they can't afford the LEC price, though.
It's because Russia doesn't. I think it's because Russia doesn't accept like there's something about like
Russia
Blue.
doesn't like the-
Right. I mean, I'd love to see. I mean, but like, think about there was like also Giants Gaming that was in EULCS
What
before.
happened to them?
They don't
Ninjas
count.
in Pajamas, was it Mysterious Monkeys too?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Copenhagen Wolves for all the old guys who know what that
Like,
team was.
But
they could return, but I don't.
those
I mean,
ones were never that
CLGEU
good,
could come back though. Who knows?
Hell no, but we only have one CLG. We'll need two of them.
No. If we have to suffer, so does E EU.
I mean, people. I can't tell you how many times I go on like some streams or like and they're like, man, you remember the days of CLGEU? It's like,
No.
man.
That was old CLG. Current CLG, if they had two teams, people would be crying. Like, let's be honest here, bro.
No,
Personally-
no. Wait, whoa. Jack should just buy the spot and move Cloud9 to Europe.
call them Cloud9 No Fear.
Yeah.
That's okay, Ravel. You might not have personally done this, but you kind of brought up something there. I wish teams could travel to play teams during the regular season.
Yeah, I wish there was more international events.
Yeah, I wish you could. I wish like
we had one. Remember Rift Rivals? People didn't really like it.
no,
too much.
but I mean, what I'm saying is
say Fnatic and Cloud9 just were talking shit during the regular season. They're like, all right, salty game. We're gonna have a salty best of 3 between Cloud9 and Fnatic in just I don't know during one of these weeks.
No, I mean more so like.
I actually like Rift Rivals though. It's kind of fun.
Okay, we're not.
Meme,
Okay, you need to find a noose. No, I don't know what you like. Rift Rival is awful.
Maybe keep it as an optional match so teams can opt into it or opt out of it.
Thrift Rivals. That should call
okay. What I mean more is like imagine like okay they fly the players out and it's like you get like a. Because we want more viewership, right? But we also want international. So why not? I think you'd maybe have to combine. Like you say that NA is the East Coast Eastern Conference, or it still stays the LCS, and you got EU, and like instead you see like C9 versus Fnatic, G2 versus TSM, and that would be like. They do these like once a week because you don't want to constantly have the players like I guess the jet lag would be a problem then, but so that's a terrible idea. Never mind. The only other idea,
they should just set up a server in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
They can do a ping thing where they regulate the ping for both sides.
Oh, they could do it like they had for the LCK and LPL tournament they had.
That's what they do.
They could try that. That could work.
Yeah.
For the Rift Rivals thing. Okay, here's the thing, man. I thought of this idea like. In order to make Rift Rivals matter, the winning region should get an extra spot at Worlds. Like I would like if like we get another spot if we win.
Is that what MSI is for though? MSI is for that.
Yeah.
MSI gets an extra spot at Worlds.
Or like more points or something because there's no like even the players said themselves like why am I coming over here? What am I doing? I could be doing solo queue. This is a waste of time. Like,
Well,
Make it mean something. If it doesn't mean anything, nobody's gonna really care.
maybe just make a big prize pool of Rift Rivals, like 5
Like-
million or some shit.
What? Stop. The thing is, we agree that IEMs were starting to get trashed, but people went to IEMs. They saw Faker there. They saw Reckless there. They wanted to. They knew they had a chance to go up against these players in Bjergsen, even though TSM kind of shit the bed there. But there's no really incentive to go to these things if it's just like bragging rights. Woohoo!
I remember
rights.
back in season 6 when TSM had Yellow Star and they played SKT, and Double Up said a week later on when they had a TSM Legends episode, playing SKT was like a wall. Nothing we did worked, and it was just a waste of time because we were never gonna beat them. This is back when SKT was shit in the bed.
TSM Life Storm?
No, like this is back when.
Isn't the TSM
Well, no, because this was back when SKT was like shit in the bed when Bengi couldn't play anything.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and then they got Blank. That's when they first started playing Blank, and that's when they started doing well again. But I don't know. I liked IEMs. It was just at the point where if Unicorns of Love are winning IEMs, bro, just stop these things. These things are trash, bro. That was terrible.
Plus, the quality of those was always kind of bad.
I watched IEMs.
I liked IEMs. They were.
I don't think I was playing League when they existed, so.
I think the thing is, I think they should have kept. I think me personally, this is what I thought they should have done with IEMs. They should have done something like the NIT, what they do for like the NC. So when you don't make the NCAA tournament, the team and it's 64, they have the national invitation tournament. So basically, it's the people that didn't make it, they go there. It's like, okay, if you didn't make it to say like MSI, like why not have another tournament where you have all the second place teams play against each other? It's another international event. It's the second place teams, the second to place third teams. They're pretty good, so you got something right there. It's like use the IEMs for that. But the thing is,
maybe that'd be
the money.
a logistical nightmare though.
How would that be a nightmare though?
Hold on.
Because think about players are getting out pretty quickly. So imagine you have to go play. Let's say you have to go play IEM, then you have to go play another tournament and you play second.
But that's what.
Like, then there's gonna be no breaks then.
But that's what I'm saying. That tournament would only be for the second, third place teams because the first place teams, they're going to MSI. So essentially, you would have that around the same tournament. It'd be something different to watch, right? And it's around the same time, so it's not really affecting these players. It's affecting the top 3 teams at best. But I mean, they complain that there's not enough international events. Let's be honest. Nobody cares about Rift Rivals. Nobody.
Well, I just think maybe then you're showing the regular season in favor of more international events.
Yeah, I would prefer a tournament with the second place teams, just like MSI has the first place teams, or just bump up the teams in MSI to first and second place teams.
Yeah.
I don't get why you can't send both first and second place teams from both regions. That makes no. I never really understood that. I understood best teams at that current moment in time, but that team that could have lost in that final for whatever region you watch could have literally lost by an inch, and that team could have been really good and could have not. And that international experience could make them even better coming back. But nevertheless, I mean, this has been a pretty good episode so far. Anything else you guys want to say before I head out? I hate all of you guys.
T1's gonna come back.
I have been watching some of the T1 games actually. Yeah, they've been getting it's been
they're getting momentum. It's gonna happen. I think we'll get a game today, and
it's been looking less boosted.
Yeah,
Baker should start getting a wheelchair out soon. So.
T1's been a mess this year, honestly.
Also, FPX is in a little bit of trouble because of the jungle.
Did you guys hear about the jungle thing?
Yeah, what happened? I saw that.
There was a match-fixing scandal in E-Star Academy in 2020, and
Lord.
FPX's jungle, which was replacing Tion at the time, like recently, got caught up in it. So now he could be getting, apparently he could be getting jail time. So,
oh no.
Yeah. So FPX, so FPX promoted their current academy jungle, who has only played League for about a couple months professionally, into the main roster as like an urgent, like they need a jungler, otherwise they can't play.
Blue, did you see when Tien had to play? He was struggling.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. That's why they already got him off roster. He's already subbed out Tion.
Dude, what happened? This is bad because FPX was
Tion's he's having a lot of mental health issues. He's getting lots of like stage issues as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, he's taking time off like with his like treatment.
And FPX was so dominant this year too.
Yeah, FPX looked amazing with Bo, especially like that guy was like, what the hell? This jungler's so good.
Bro,
and then
Chinese players they can pull a world-class player out of their asshole in China.
Let's hope that this next guy's also world-class then.
He better be.
All I'm saying, boys, is that RNG is winning worlds.
I'll say this.
No.
God, I've heard that so many times and it never happens.
Fnatic are gonna win worlds. They got bodied this week, running it down.
Are we in like 2018? RNG's gonna win worlds? What?
What do you mean? Hey, they won MSI.
Don't remind me of that RNG team that got to semifinals. Oh god.
Bro, people are riding Shahu too hard those days. Everyone was like, Shahu's such a beast, and he got clapped every world event.
Shahu top's pretty big beast, though.
Well,
what?
Well, I hope the TN, because I think that was the last thing you said. I hope TN gets mental health is a really serious thing. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I was watching some of the LCK games. T1 beat Live Sandbox and another horseshit team like NS Shit Force. What are they called? They beat Afrika Trap.
Nongshim, I think.
Oh, what Nongshim? They beat Afrika. No, they beat Dragon X, right? And they took down not NS Shit Force. They beat
the Genya Force.
The Live Sandbox. I don't know. I think they look really good with the roster they play when they play Faker, Zeus, Elam, Faker, Gumayushi, and Kiria. It's like they have such world-class ADCs. They like I feel bad for Teddy. He might have to find a new roster. Maybe Teddy going to damn one. You never know. Hey man.
Hey.
I can see Teddy going to China.
That China money?
Imagine if he goes to like Invictus Gaming.
Oh God. Wait, no, they have a good ADC right now. Wasn't it Wink?
Come on, stop.
No, don't say
that. That man ain't a teddy bear, I'll tell you that.
All right, guys. See you guys later. I'll see you guys next week. So I know it's been generally weird having less or more people here. It just whoever happens to be available can show up. That's it. It's not like the other show where I have a set person on and we just talk League, you know. But I hate all of you. Hope you all go burn in the deepest parts of hell. Yeah. And Trump 2024, right?
Fuck all of you.
God damn. Dragon Ball Z is overrated. If you watch League, you're a socially.
Hey, we're jumping you now.
What the fuck?
True.
If you watch League, you're a socially retarded moron. But hey,
true.
Impact should retire.
Oh fuck! See you guys later. Peace. Oh my god. Yeah. Bye. I am Jerem. If you watch this video, sorry you got flamed by Dom. Shit, gotta end the video. Abort. Hey guys, this is the extended bit of the C9FanCast episode this week. I actually thought I deleted the podcast episode, and I actually did. And then I thought I didn't have it, but it turns out I did. And then I was gonna redo the entire thing, and then I found it, and then Zenith is here. That's pretty much the gist of it. But this week, there was the big topic of the import rule restriction being lifted. And you said you are pro keeping the rule. So, I just wanted to get your opinions on why you want the rule being kept, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, generally, I think there are some benefits that could happen. Like with everything, there's always going to be benefits and there's going to be cons.
Okay.
But when it comes to
unplanned pregnancies,
when it comes to the import rule, the main thing that I see with that is that, you know, I think there could be a lot of strong players that would come to NA if they knew that they could have more strong players on their team, sure. But I don't think the net benefit would eventually outweigh like other regions. Mm-hmm. Whereas we don't have like the infrastructure to really keep these players getting better and better. We're just going to import players that are good currently, and that would, you know, stay around that same level. Maybe they would come here for the paycheck and just not perform nearly as well as we saw them perform previously. Mm-hmm. With that, I think that, you know, the NA, it's pretty obvious that like we only have Vulcan that's really an international class player right now.
Really?
Maybe
Okay.
Huhi would add to that. I think Licorice has kind of fallen off. I would say that a couple years ago. But
Tactical, I think he's pretty strong right now too.
Tactical, yeah. I think being under Core JJ has done a lot for him, and he's really developed. But also him recently saying that he was feeling burned out a bit.
You can tell by his gameplay.
Worrying.
Yeah, you can tell literally by his gameplay he was burned out. Man, this guy was just actually running it down.
And maybe that improves like post-COVID when he has a whole crowd cheering him on. He can feel all that energy. But you know, we can't really be sure about that now. But right now, it's clear that the NA players just aren't holding up to any of the imports really. But when we talk about imports like that, we have to see the imports that have been here for a while as opposed to the imports that we like just brought in. So we have like the Someday and the Impact up in the top lane that have been like probably the best top laners in the league for how many years now?
Yeah, so like
it's been
so the issue here I have with a lot of people's takes is that the teams with the imports get all the views, get all the merch bought, and definitely have the most fans. Like Cloud9, TSM, Team Liquid. Now people start throwing 100 Thieves in that conversation too, because you know Nadeshot is really popular outside of League. His team's popular. Literally outside of League, 100 Thieves is like insanely popular. It's just in League of Legends they're not successful. That's pretty crazy. But in terms of their roster right now that people like, yeah, guys, they have like if you just because it's weird to say because FBI technically is not NA because Oceanic players now count as NA players.
But by LCS definition, he's not.
But literally, that team has like 3 imports on it, and a lot of people like 100 Thieves' newest team. C9 has Perks, Fudge, Perks, Fudge, Sven. Those are all players people love. Power of Evil, that needs no introduction. People love him. We also have Sword Art. Fan favorite, people love him. It's like, I think a lot of people just aren't understanding. It's kind of hypocritical to say we need less imports, but the people in the region cheer on the teams and the organizations with the most imports. Yeah, it doesn't. That makes no sense. That's like some of those woke feminists that say men are bad, but sleep with men, have kids with men, have sex with men, and marry men. Like, that is... I don't think nobody sees the illogical fallacies that go into that. It's one thing to say, yeah, the region needs more imports, but then you're buying Cloud9 merch, hoodies, shirts, and you're chanting on Perks. That doesn't make no sense right there. And even Perks came over this year. Everybody was hyping him up. And to be fair, he's probably still like a top four mid, arguably, but still, he is an import player that instantly became a fan favorite amongst a lot of people. Though he did have previous success already, he's still an import. Someday Impact, Closer, Vulcan, all these players that people know and love, outside of just like maybe Vulcan, a lot of the players that people love are imports. Bjergsen was an import. Bjergsen came over, changed the league as an import. I personally feel like imports have stepped up the league rather than actually brought it down. You're gonna have your bad imports like that, but that's anything though. That's like you being a person that hires people that's like someone being a hiring manager. You're gonna hire some bad people. You're gonna hire some good people. That's just how it's gonna be. That's with anything. I think people are thinking of players like GBM, Piglet, Lyra to a certain extent, Seraph. My God, holy shit, that guy was running it down. God. So Rush to a certain extent was really bad for a bit there. So what else do you think people are forgetting when in terms of like the import rule being kept? Is there more bad benefits actually to it?
I think the thing with the import rule is a lot about the sentiment, where you have these import players, but having them around for a few years or having them around where they're really invested in the scene ends up making them feel a lot more NA. Whereas like because in America we have a lot of immigrant culture, we're this big mixing pot. We are very accepting of other people, but we don't really get to see them as like trying to be an actual NA resident or something without them like being here for a while and trying to contribute their own stuff. Like Core JJ, he's only been here since like what was that 2019?
Yeah,
I want to say. Yeah, but he's done so much for the region. He's done all these incredibly like educational videos. He's done all these efforts into amateur and stuff. and he's super vocal, and everybody loves him for that. And then you see these players like Jensen and Bjergsen, for example, where they've been around for a while, they've put themselves in the culture really, and people view them as NA.
Jensen,
and the same thing with
Jensen.
Impact
Arguably, Jensen is the most successful international NA player we've ever had, and he's not from here. I just don't think a lot of people. It's not even just political, because like when you bring up the subject, it gets kind of political, but not for you. It's like with people in general. America, like you said, accepts other people around the world, and we accept them as Americans. You know, if there's a successful team in the league, I don't care where they came from. That's just me. And then people were like memeing on Twitter going, well, higher level of gameplay. Yes, because the imports bring in a higher level of gameplay. That is what it is. The top 3 mid laners going into the LCS 2021 spring split, most people had in their rankings, were Perks, Power of Evil, and Jensen. Okay, none of those guys are North American. So I told people, next split, I better see Dignitas in all your power rankings at first place. I better see that. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite and you don't believe what you're actually saying. Because it's one thing to notice what the imports have done, but then it's one thing to downplay everything they've done either. Also, when Team Liquid went and beat IG, probably one of the biggest upsets ever. That team was Core JJ, Impact, Jensen. That's 3 imports right there. So I'm just saying it wasn't the NA players that were carrying that team. I'm just saying that it wasn't like Smithy, just styling on Ning out there. I'm just saying. But it's just like, I think a lot of people need to realize also these pro players, not trying to be mean here, but they don't really care about you. These are the same pro players that voted to cancel the spring split last year and then also wanted to get paid. So, oh yeah, we're gonna lose our connection to the players. I'm like, bro, they don't care about you. Bro, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They care about random XX Pussy Destroyer 444? Like, I don't know, But the other thing would be like viewership. So for me, I've been watching League, LCS in particular, and like all the other regions since like 2015. I couldn't just up and go one day. You know what? LCS's import rule restriction is gone. You know what? I'm gonna stop watching LCS. That tells me that anybody that does that was never truly invested into making it better or invested into watching. You were just here. I don't know what you were doing, honestly. You were just here because it was a phase of your life. Maybe you just had no personal life skills. Maybe you're a socially retarded moron. I don't know. I just think that, I think a lot of those fans' reactions were just cap. That's just straight up cap. You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop watching. Literally, you would have to get a life if you stop watching, and most nerds in the game don't have a life. Well,
true.
Depends. It's just that's always a what's the thing? It's always a circle jerk reaction to have that with a lot of people, where they're always like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna quit watching with the import rules restricted." Goodbye. NA sucks anyway, so you're not missing anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not missing Broxah run it down for CLG every week now. Know. But yeah,
I don't feel like the problem would be like current viewership dipping, but more like people that would potentially watch LCS in the future, like league players that say, "Oh, I want to see this at our region's highest level," and if they find it hard to get into because they can't find these players that they really relate to as North Americans. If they see like a team of all these people that they don't know much about, that or like they haven't, like, I don't know how to put this, but like, if you import some Korean academy players, it's going to feel very hard to have that connection to them as someone who wants to get into LCS.
Okay.
Because at that point, if you're just watching, if you want to watch it, then you want to watch at the highest level, and you want to watch, like, say, LEC that has a higher production value right now anyways than North America, I would say.
Woo! My God.
And
LEC's been smurfing over there.
Yeah. The production value, the gameplay, it's all
Did you see that
better.
G2 versus Fnatic hype video? That shit was epic as hell. That shit was epic as hell.
They do it so well. Yeah.
God, dude, the music, the things that they set up in the narratives, picture perfect. Why can't we? The only time we got that kind of quality this split was when C9 versus TSM, like in the first 2 weeks, the LCS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the Bjergsen and Perks like talk video. That was really cool. I like that.
It was.
I want more of that. Like, I want more of that. People are like, oh my, and then you have the ones where I have an example right here. I have a perfect example that people were trying to tell me about NA players having all the fun. So I'm just being objective. I'm just looking at the stats here. This is not even being biased nor objective. The teams with the NA players, the most NA players right now are at the bottom of the standings. I'm just saying, that's just the standings. That's not me making this up. You know, for anybody that's going to watch the video at this point, I'm not making this up. The teams in the LCS currently with the most North American players are at the bottom of the standings, outside of Dignitas. Golden Guardians currently right now, when I'm recording this podcast, is 2-7. COGS, Pobelter, Wild Turtle, Smoothie, RJS, I guess you could say like 4 North American players, 2 imports. Yeah. They're at 1-8 with 3 NA players. FlyQuest also have 3 NA players. Licorice, I don't think it's his fault they're losing. He's not been playing his best, but he's not the worst player either.
Yeah.
Palfox and Diamond just suck. Yeah, they're at 3-6, guys. Immortals they only have one NA player. No, they have 2. Insanity and Revenge, right? Okay, so but they're like 4-5. And also OC players count as NA players. So if we're counting OC players as NA players, they're 4-5. And then you also have Dig, who are currently right now 6-3, and they have 4 NA players. Yeah, they have all NA players on the roster. So outside of Dignitas, the other teams with NA players, and you also got to count the OC players being NA players on too. The other 4 NA teams all are at the bottom of the standings. The teams with imports are the teams that are at the top. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with money or fucking sponsorships or fandoms. No. They're just worse than the other teams are. You know what I mean?
Well, to some extent, it does have to do with money because you have these massive purchases like Core JJ, Perks, etc. Everyone
throwing their fucking check at the wall.
Yeah, it's just straight up blank check, 6 million. There you go. But yeah, I feel like another big reason why like you have this big division is that these are teams that have like been going for building blocks where they've had relative success to some extent, or they've had players that are like really loyal. Like Someday at 100 Thieves, for example, he had no real reason to stay there once he saw like 2019 where it completely just fucking collapsed. But he still stayed there, and he still believed that with someone like Papa Smithy coming over, they could turn it around, and it seemed to be working well for them now. But you look at like TL, for example, they had Impact for a while, and then once they could get a better player, they got that player. They get Jensen, they get Core JJ, they get these building blocks that they build over and over, whereas a lot of these bottom teams are year after year saying, oh, I don't know what we can really offer you going into the next year, and they lose these top players.
Offering you fucking Smoothie in season 11. Oh shit.
Oh
God.
no.
Oh no. Even with just the LCS. So if I go to the LCS YouTube page right now, the LCS, because I am subscribed to it, they put out a video promoting a Blaze Olive and Demonte's. They're trying to build new narratives because, you know, the old guard players like Sneaky, Double Lift, Bjergsen, Medios, they're all pretty much Medios. Also not Medios because it's kind of up in the air. Yeah, Sneaky, Bjergsen, Double Lift, they're all retired, obviously, and you have to build new narratives. If I look at just the NA player right here with a Blaze Olive and Demonte's YouTube video on the LCS YouTube channel, guys, it has. The LCS YouTube channel has 82,000 subscribers. That's pretty solid for an NA fan base to, you know, subscribe. That's pretty solid, right? Guess how many views this video has? 4,000.
4,000. Yikes!
It's got 4,000 views on it. Now these are for NA players, though. But hey, let me get this over here. I go to
what are the Twitter views on that? Because I know that they promote it on Twitter a fair bit.
It's probably a lot more on Twitter, to be fair. Give or take. Why is my page not always showing shit? My page randomly today for YouTube has just not been showing anything. Load up. What the hell? I'm trying to prove a fucking point here. Oh, that's why. Because I'm on the wrong account. Let me log into the right account, guys.
that might be why.
That might be why. I'm on my second channel account. So that Blaze Olive video has like 4,000 views, and I want LCS to keep putting out content like that because it helps promotes the NA players. I want that. 100% I want that to happen for them. But I don't see where people get this correlation that the NA players are massively either it's not even being promoted. The people that are in this region aren't watching them. This video got 4,000 views. I could probably get that on my sleep on my main channel, not this one. This one's still relatively new. You have a video with let me see. TL Core JJ versus TSM Sword Art. It was a week before that Blaze All video. That has 27,000 views. That literally destroyed that.
Yeah.
That's not even fair.
Jeez.
So I'm just saying that a lot of the people that are like, well, you know, they're all about NA talent and growing it. I'm just saying, for some of you guys that watch, you don't support it. And that's something too. And this one dude on Twitter was like, yeah, I watch Dignitas games. Well, you already told me how good you are at League. Good. What the heck? I mean, congrats to you. You watch Dignitas games. I mean, more power to you. Again,
Yeah.
I watch them because they're NA players. Watch them import one person and he's gone. I mean, I wouldn't want a fan like that, but that's just me. But that's pretty much it. I think we covered pretty much the basis of what you wanted to talk about. Oh, actually, before we head out of here, what's the team you're a fan of in the LCS?
I've been a fan of 100 Thieves since 2018, early 2018.
Oh, when they first came in.
Early rider, basically.
Oh, okay. You must really like that new roster then.
Yeah, no, after all these years, it feels good. It feels good to say.
They would constantly get someday fucking teammates from the trash cans.
Yeah.
I think they're relatively pretty strong. I think their biggest competition right now probably would have to be like around, I think, TSM, because TSM is kind of around their. I wouldn't say, because 100 Thieves should be better than TSM, but right now TSM has been, you know, racking up, you know. And this week coming up, you got the match of the week, C9 versus 100 Thieves on Sunday. Hey, you might get your revenge. There's some...
I feel like with the last weekend, with how the games went, you know, it felt like there was a lot of experimentation with the draft in the TSM game, and then into the Golden Guardians game, they just kind of felt like they would pick the strong picks at the moment, and that would get them far enough. But Golden Guardians just completely outdrafted them.
Ooh.
Which was surprising to see.
As you guys know, there's some match of the weeks for the LCS 2021 Spring Split Week 4. Team Liquid versus TSM, Cloud9 versus EG, and Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. Those are going to be some matches to watch. Someone's probably going to say, why don't you talk about TSM versus CLG? Why don't I just go outside and just off myself and put my fucking tongue in a light socket or some shit?
Oh,
what the hell?
God.
I'd rather just put my tongue in a light socket. What the hell? You see these CLG games? You out of your mind? I don't know why watch this horse shit. But no, I actually got this from China. Actually, they don't usually sell LPL jerseys. I needed to have one for a collection, so I got an IG jersey because, you know, big fan of Rookie. I hope Rookie does well in the LPL this year. Well, I've been watching him, and it's not looking good. He's playing fantastically. It's not him. It's never him. Why IG are always doing bad. It's never him. It's constantly them getting people from a fucking dumpster in the fucking LPL when they have literally world class players in their region, and IG never can pick up world class players outside of Rookie and the Shy. Makes no sense at all. But you know, I hope RNG does well. RNG right now is doing pretty well. EDG finally back on top. But you know, in terms of just the import rule, I would just personally you know, you guys know my stance. I want it lifted, you know, but I know there's fans that would like to keep it there. I mean, would there be teams with full imports? I mean, I can't say that there would be or there won't be because I can't predict the future. I mean, there might be. I mean, but we have that right now, though. Aren't the top teams full of imports? I mean, you already kind of are living your worst nightmare. Might as well just lift it. I'm just saying. Like, how many NA players were actually at Worlds last year beside Wild Turtle? It was Wild Turtle solo. Wild Turtle solo, Double Lift, Biofrost, Tactical. 5 players? 5 NA players were actually there? Yeah, Tactical, Solo, Wild Turtle, Double Lift, and Biofrost. And Spica.
Spica.
Yeah, 6 split. Yeah. Some of you guys on Twitter are already living your worst nightmare. I don't know why you're bitching on Twitter for. Also, you know, Reginald, the Kanye West of Twitter.
Yikes. That was the take.
Yay, Reginald.
Oh, no.
Reginald out here just like going after players. Hey, Reginald, you probably could have. Hey, Reginald, after, you know, Vulcan's contract with C9 ended, you probably could have got him. But I'm pretty sure that bridge is burnt forever.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Thank you, Zenuth, for helping me out with this part. Actually, hopefully you come in next week for the show. Because we usually have shows every Wednesday, live stream on Monday. But yeah, see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. You guys got an extra part of the video, so that's not too bad. Peace out. See you later. Goodbye.